Hey, Brokies. Welcome back to Two Broke Gays. You're with me, Jenna CORTIS, and you, Kevin Sullivan. He's right over there. So today we're talking about gay awakenings.
I woke up this morning and that was gay.
Was that a gay awakening?
Yeah.
No. Specifically, we're talking about moments that you kind of knew, as a little one, that you were going to be a part of a very special elite group.
Yeah, I've definitely always known.
Me too. How? Who? Did a person bring it out, or was it just a deep Glennon knowing?
So my story. Fuck it. When I was like really young,
Yeah.
my aunt was like dating somebody,
Mm-hmm.
and I just remember like when he walked in, like I was like, oh, I don't understand like people marriage. My aunt, and I mean, I was like 5.
Right.
And this guy walks in, maybe a teenager at the time. I don't even know how old they were. It was just like like the wind blew, and I was just like, "What is that?"
What is that about?
And then we were all just like watching TV, and I remember everyone's just like this, and I'm just like this,
Looking at him.
longingly. He also still checks a lot of boxes of, I think, my type, which is so fascinating.
That's funny. So your type just like hit you over the head in that moment.
Yeah, but at the same time, I was 5.
You were 5. I think mine kind of manifested a little bit because I always really wanted a babysitter. And like my parents were like too good of parents, so they never left us alone. I know this is really unrelatable content.
You said too good of parents.
I had to beg. I was like, Mom, please. There was this like hot redhead down the street, and I knew she babysat. And I was like, Mom, please, can she babysit us? Please go somewhere. And my mom was like, oh, fine. I think my mom was like, this seems kind of gay, but sure.
So they just went out for a walk in the neighborhood. They're like,
Yeah.
We had to get a babysitter for Jenna. She was begging for it.
It was kind of that.
She want a little laugh, give her some time.
Yeah, I know. I was like, you're home too early.
You change the locks. Me and Ginger live here now.
My friend who did have babysitters too, I was like obsessed with hers. I'd always be like, let's play wedding.
Our babysitters, Jenna, you wouldn't believe. We went through so many. It was insane.
Well, because 9 kids.
9 kids. My parents had to like work to feed the army. They finally tried a male babysitter. I was like, yes. How
You're
old
like,
is
I'm
he?
not gonna
What
chase
does he
this
do?
one around the
What's
house.
he study? They're like high school.
He studies high school.
We scared this poor boy. We were like rambunctious. My younger brother.
Oh, you mean the 9 of you? Yeah.
We were playing indoor baseball, as you do. And I don't know who it was. One of us threw the bat right through the window.
Not even the ball? Oh my God.
Full bat, like the little wooden ones. And then one of my brothers completely lost his mind and went into this like little temper and was like crawling up the stairs and then started swinging the bat at the rest of us. And that was the last time we saw that babysitter. He was cute. I was like, oh, we got to. So I know how that probably felt for you.
What I'm talking about there.
The rest were like older women. And I was like, yeah, I guess we'll hang out. What are we watching? Our programs?
Okay, that tracks. So I guess there's a distinct moment with your aunt's boyfriend. But do you have any other distinct moments with like characters? Could be fictional, could be like celebrities where you remember being like, oh yeah.
Oddly enough, not that odd, Edward Scissorhands. I'm like, we're going to have to figure out the hands thing, but that
could work?
That's so Aquarius of me. I mean, there's a lot, right? Like,
yeah.
Hercules.
Oh, yeah. Meg. Wow.
I literally forgot she was a character. All right, to Meg. The Jonathan Taylor Thomas like era.
Oh, yeah. What? Home Improvement.
One more time.
Bum, 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 bum,
What
bum,
character are you?
ba-da-da.
You would.
I'm Al, obviously. Al, who, by the way, can we talk about how fucked up that was? All Tim did was like make fun of how fat he was. He wasn't fat. And then when Heidi, the hot assistant, started dating him, they were like, whoa, she goes for like big losers like you. I was like, he's fine. What is this slander? Justice for Al, bro.
This is me.
Yeah, Wilson.
I said, Yeah, I ain't got no fucking family. I'm just here for the drums,
have
and then
any
I'm gonna go back inside by myself with my cats.
And he did dole out some good advice too. That is kind of you.
He was just like
Bangers.
the little oracle. It's crazy. Andrew Keegan. We talked about him before.
Yeah.
And now he has a cult.
He has a
now.
cult now, yeah.
Yeah, which we talk about cults one of these times.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
you
Because
got a
I'm ripe for recruiting. Let's say that. I could be talked into pretty much anything, as long as there's a community aspect.
That was terrifying. You said you guys want to start a cult? Okay. Andrew Keegan and Camp Nowhere.
I never saw it.
Yeah. Camp Nowhere was this movie where, what was his name? The Back to the Future guy.
Doc?
The guy that plays Doc is also in it. And then he's like in the mall, and the kid like runs into him, and then they have this plan. They're going to set up a fake camp, a summer camp that all these kids go to and all their friends, and he's going to be like the camp counselor or whatever. But then the parents have to do like a visitation day where they come to see this camp, so they have to like make it like they weren't just fucking off for the summer with no adult supervision.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant this was an adult's idea. I was like, oh, lordy lie.
It was the kid's idea, and I think they paid him off or something, and he was like, yeah, I'll just go like sleep in the woods or whatever, or pretend to be whatever, and the kids just like hung out. I mean, if it was realistic, the kids were probably getting fucked up, but I was like, I want to go to this camp.
Of course.
There are some cute boys in this camp. Why'd I have to go to student council camp? What about you?
Now, I'm going to hit you with
Was Meg one?
No, honestly, I didn't even remember her until you just said Hercules.
And she was at the tip of your tongue.
Oh, no, I won't say it, no. It's what you can't deny it. Okay.
I do. It's my favorite. It's like...
Okay, here, I'm going to hit you with a couple quick ones. This is pretty bad, okay? Now, Republican correspondent Elizabeth Hasselbeck, before she was Elizabeth Hasselbeck, hold on, was on a little-known show called Survivor. Her name was Elizabeth Filarski.
Wait, was she on Survivor?
Yes. That, my friend...
I'm surprised she could survive anything. She can barely survive a conversation.
Well, there was a time when she was out there in a little yellow bikini that said Survivor on it with a bandana on, and I thought...
What season?
I don't remember what season, but I was in 5th grade. And do you want to know why I remember it so distinctly?
Why?
Because I had a People magazine, a stack of them, and I cut out every picture of her in them. And I also printed them off the computer, and I covered my Trapper Keeper with Elizabeth Filarski. And I was a stan. And people were like, oh, like, that's kind of weird. And I was like, is it? I was like, say less. Like, you wish you had this Trapper Keeper.
Next week's episode on Jenna's secrets.
And then, she grew up to become who she became, and I grew up to become who I did. So we only intersected for that brief moment.
Yeah.
But...
Maybe there's a world where she does a full 360, 180, and 360 is just turning around. I realized that. The 180, and then you guys get married.
Here's to hoping. I'm still out here, Elizabeth. The other one, obviously, I was a Spice stan. Yeah. So I, as a child, probably 8 years old, I saw Victoria Beckham, formerly Victoria Adams. I saw her, and I knew that I had no business being the fashion one. You know what I mean? Like the fashionable, the Gucci black dress, the little Gucci black dress. Like that wasn't me. But this is the gay thing where you get very confused of, do I want to be them or be with them as a kid?
That was me and Kate Hudson in How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. I thought, I was like, obviously I'm straight because I'm obsessed with her. And then later I was like, what would I listening like in that yellow dress? I'm like, oh fuck, I want to be her. I don't like her at all.
That's different.
No, I do love her, but like I definitely want to be her.
Yeah. So
Which Spice Girl are you?
Well, here's the thing. I think that my rejection of Sporty Spice is a tell. I think that is a gay child saying, get me away from the one who's clearly the most relatable to me.
Okay.
I was like, I'm not her.
Yeah. I mean, I knew you were her. You have a sports podcast. What Spice Girl do you think I am?
Ginger?
That was quick. You didn't even think about it.
I mean, she like kind of left to do her own thing, which is pretty Aquarius. It's pretty Aquarius of her.
Yeah.
She was kind of like, this is good, but I could do better. And then she didn't.
There's a world where I think I'm posh.
Yeah, same.
And then she didn't. I'm going to just ignore that.
I was kidding.
But when I was like little, I was like, I'm baby.
I had
In no world am I baby
no,
Spice.
me either. I had a really close group of friends, 2 friends. They'll watch this because this was us. We had a baby. Yeah, we had a baby and a sporty and a posh. I always was posh, but it didn't make a lot of sense, honestly. And we had my friend Callie was always sporty. She's still so cool. And then Chrissy was baby. The 3 of us went to this concert in 1990 something, and then we went again in the 2000s together. We were like thick as thieves over the Spice Girls.
Oh my gosh, did you watch Mel B on The Circle?
No. Oh yeah. Because they only came for a little bit, right? So good.
Yeah, it was really good. I love Mel B.
There's a pretty big one I got to tell you about.
Okay.
It's Rufio from Hook.
Hook.
You knew this one. When I saw Rufio, and again, you could say, well, that's just a straight man, Jenna. There's something so inherently queer about the character of Rufio and the fact that I not only was obsessed with him.
We don't know that was a straight man.
No, we don't.
I don't think there's any straights in Never Neverland.
I have to say something that's kind of humiliating, but what else am I doing? When I was a child, Rufio was my imaginary friend. Okay. And I was always with Rufio and I was always walking around with Rufio. Sometimes we would get married. Sometimes we'd break up.
We will do a part 2 imaginary friends.
Okay, cool. But yeah, so that was kind of pretty big for me. I was also
not gonna let that go.
I was also Rufio for senior Halloween dress-up day. And I have to say, kind of nailed it.
Do you have a picture of this?
I do.
Great. Oh my gosh, do you remember Glenn Close was in Hook?
Yeah.
That is insane. She's like in the back.
Should we...
Just a pirate.
Do you have more that you want to discuss before we move to the next segment, or...
Do I have another gay awakening? I have so many.
I know, it's like, it's honestly like I could keep going. Like, I'm like...
Everything I watched.
Everything I did.
It was pretty much somebody.
Oh my God, I could blame all of this on the 1996 gymnastics Olympics team. Atlanta, do you remember? The Dominics?
Yeah.
Dominic Luciano, Dominic Dawes? Hello. I had a poster. I had all the Barbie dolls.
You had a very busy room. Between the Elizabeth Hasselbeck posters and the Olympic gymnastics team.
And that's discounting my Britney Spears door. That was floor to ceiling.
We didn't even start talking about...
Can't even go down that road.
No.
That's a whole other.
Yeah, lots of gay awakenings.
So I didn't realize we'd have so many to discuss.
Yeah, we'll have to back this up to a part 2. We need people's gay awakenings in the comments for sure.
If you have them, you do. Put them in the comments. Do you think other people's are Rufio? Why am I getting jealous? I'm like about to buck up. I'm like, Rufio's mine.
Mine was Rufio for a second. I was like, I'll take the bad one on the skateboard. But I was for sure a Tinkerbell.
Okay, so wait, let's go to our next segment.
What is it?
Our next segment, we're going to do Sun, Moon, Rising of the characters of Hook.
Slay.
Can I ask you a question real quick? Because I forgot. What's the one where people see you as that versus what you see yourself as?
It's funny because that's what you asked before the last.
I know, I can't get that.
I hope it's every time. Sun is who you are.
Sun is who you are.
Rising is like a lens.
Rising is a lens.
How the world sees you.
Okay.
And how you present yourself.
Okay.
And then, should we guess each other's? Wait, let me see. I think I know mine. Yes.
You want to guess each other's?
Yeah.
This feels messy. Let's do it.
We could just do sun sign.
Just sun, and then we'll talk about the rest.
Yeah, this is messy.
It's messy.
Who you are, sun?
Maybe we just say
let's
just say before we fucking quit the podcast over this.
Who's yours?
Oh, cool question. I would say that I am a Rufio Moon because Rufio is very guided by justice. He gets the rap for being like the bad boy, but the truth is he cares about his community and he's not willing to just let some outsider fuck it up.
Have you thought about this at all? Never thought about Rufio once because Rufio cares about justice for all.
So that's my moon.
Yeah.
I would say my rising, which is what people see me as, I would say is Mr. Smee. Because, and it's not that like I don't.
I was gonna make.
You're gonna make that my son? Yeah, you
No,
fucking were. I was gonna make yours Hook, bitch. No, I'm just kidding. I'm the Smee to your
Get
Hook.
my sword. Okay.
We're crying again. What else is new? I've cried every podcast.
You do speak French. Okay. Son.
I think I'm also a Rufio son.
Oh.
That's who I see myself as.
But who are you?
Who am I?
I'm
Rufio.
I love that. You're really a rebel to your core, do you think?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. It's
What do you think I am? Like a Wendy son? Just sitting by a window waiting for my man? Like, what do you want from me?
Yeah. No, you're definitely not. You're a go-getter for sure.
Okay, what about for you?
There's like a Peter Pan about me, but I think that's just being gay. Like there's a Peter Pan syndrome with gay men. There's a book about it. We talked about it.
We talked about it.
I think I am a Hook moon.
Yeah. He knows what he wants.
He's like scorned, you know. I'm not like a revenge bitch, but you know, I'm like,
You've been known to dabble.
I'm a Tinkerbell rising.
Yeah, I wanted to be, but I knew I wasn't.
I'd be Tinkerbelling all over the place.
I wanted to be, but...
And then Sean, there's characters I'm missing for sure.
Yeah, Wendy grown up.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's good.
Yeah.
100%.
That's absolutely. I'm Wendy's son for sure.
Okay, as a grandma or in her young
Maggie
age?
Smith.
Okay, yeah.
Maggie Smith specifically. That is who I am.
Okay, I like that.
That makes the most sense. Where she's just like, that is literally me every night with a cup of tea, just like thinking about the old adventures of like yesteryear when I used to go to the bars.
Maybe I am a Tinkerbell son.
Maybe you are a Tinkerbell
Because
son.
I do see myself as really positive and cheering everybody on. So maybe I'll amend my earlier answer.
Rufio is a little more loose cannon.
That
Pirate reference. Okay.
so stupid.
And Tinkerbell was like, I will fix this.
That does sound like
And
me.
then she flies to another dimension
Yeah,
to fix a problem.
that seems right. Yeah. We're working on that, by the way. But that
To pull Peter, the mess, maybe. Peter back to Neverland to clean up his fucking mess.
Yeah. Okay. So, okay. Rufio Moon, Mr. Smee rising, Tinkerbell son. That's me.
Tinker Shmee Rufio.
Wait, what are yours again, real quick?
Old Wendy.
Son,
Son.
Tinkerbell rising.
Tinkerbell rising. And a hook. That does sound
That's
correct.
good. These are good.
It sounds correct. Everyone should rattle off yours in the comment.
Literally do it. Okay, well, that's kind of it.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to circle back to Gay Awakenings. Drop your movies and maybe we'll talk about them on part 2.
Ooh, that's good. I love that.
Thanks for tuning in and we'll talk to you next week on
Two Broke Gays.